Say amen. Amen. Oh la 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 la. Amen. Amen. Our lives go better. Family go better. Amen. Everything go better. Amen. We go better. Amen. 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 Our lives go better. Amen. Family go better. Amen. Everything go better. Amen. 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 Yes, so by God's grace. This year, amen. This year. Amen, 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 amen. 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 It go better. It go better. Amen. 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 Woo! Welcome, 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 welcome to another edition of Married Clinic Live. How are you today? I remain your host, Marla and Oputi. Thank you so much for joining us again today. I'd like to start by congratulating every one of us for making it to a new month of August. Congratulations to you all. It's a big miracle to be alive. The gift of life is not a gift to be taken for granted. We all know how this year started. A lot has been happening, but we thank God that we are alive and we are well. And I would like to quickly celebrate all our members for your contributions, for always following us, for your comment, participation. Thank you so much. And for all our new members, we'll celebrate you. During the week, we had, think about 55 and maybe another 40, about 100 in total. I celebrate you all. Welcome to Married Clinic. Please don't be a spectator, rather participate. We would like to hear from you. And please do remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, as we promise to bring you more interesting edition of our Marriage Clinic Live program. So today we have a special guest in the house. I mean, all the way from South Africa. I thought about us bringing guests from different parts of the country and from different continents, so that we can know that the institution of marriage is a universal institution, and that the way marriage is being done in Africa is not so much different from the way it is being done in America, in Asia, or in other parts of the world. And he would like to share his experience with us. He's been married now for close to a decade to a beautiful woman, and he has got two lovely kids. And, you know, I can see that they are doing well. So this man, you know, is young, but he's been married now for close to 10 years. So he has some experience to pass across to us. So one interesting thing I find about their own union, or about their own marriage, is that they live in South Africa. And I know that you and I, you know, we've heard so much about South Africa, you know, the way things are done over there, the fact that, you know, at times it's like they don't even value marriage. Their men may not be so responsible compared to their women. We've had a lot of news, a lot of gist, but he seemed to be a different breed despite living in that environment, you know, with his family. So we would like to hear from him today. We would like to hear his own story. And I believe that you and I will be learning one or two things from his story. That is very important that we pay rapt attention and we learn one or two things, because he's going to be sharing with us from his own life experience. So I'm going to be bringing up this young man. He's also talented. I think he's a music minister as well, because I've seen him sing, with his wife um, severally, and I think they are really doing great. So I would like to bring up Mr. Peter Hodney. Woo! Welcome, 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 welcome to Married Clinic Live.
Yes. I'm so happy to be here. It's a privilege to be in this meeting this evening. I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining us. So maybe you should tell us quickly before we go to the questions. What is it like living in South Africa, and what's the COVID-19 experience like over there?
As you have been hearing all about that, the at least South African is one of the top five or highest in number in COVID-19 all over the
Hmm.
world. But the
Wow.
government is trying to do a lot of things to make things better for people. So they're trying to live with it, as they've said, that we should just try and live with this virus. By the mercy
Hmm.
of God, people life have been preserved also. And some people are recovering from the COVID-19, those that are taking to the precaution of staying
Hmm.
at home when they feel that they are being infected with this virus. And
Yeah.
also they've lost so many life also.
Hmm.
But at least government is trying to do its own best to make
Hmm.
things better for the people.
Hmm. Wow. So thank you for that. So what would you also say about the marriage life of South Africans? Maybe you should hint us a little, because we've heard so much about South Africa. What we see on TV is the bad things, they do. I don't want to say everything, but maybe you should tell us, okay, so how is their own marriage life over there? How are they generally?
Yeah, married life in South Africa is so wonderful. Let me put it that way. I don't want to be negative about it. It is so wonderful. Like you see, when you get to an
Mm,
environment, you learn
mm,
what they're doing in that place, and you
mm,
adjust yourself so that you can become a better person. But at times, you should not
mm.
allow the environment to determine who you are. Do you
Good.
get me?
Yeah.
Because a lot of things are happening in South Africa that you see some people that left their country to other country, when they get to South Africa, they forget their home and started behaving the way the environment is being to them.
Mm,
But
mm,
we still have some people that their marriage is wonderful, that the marriage you can admire their marriage, and you would love to get married to certain, or even to marry to your own indigenous also. But
mm,
as let me just please say it, that in South Africa we have three types of marriage in South Africa. It
mm.
is legally, that is recognized by the government. There are three
Okay.
types of marriage. We have the one for civil marriage, or customary marriage, and
Mm,
civil union.
mm,
So the one for civil marriage, they are the one that you solemnize in church. And every marriage must go through what we call home affair in South Africa.
mm,
When you say you are married, you go through home affair to receive the certificate. So it will show that you are legalized, and
mm,
your marriage is your marriage is legal. But
mm,
you see have some people that they didn't go through that. They are
mm,
just living together. They call that
mm,
one cohabitation.
mm. Yeah, right.
Cohabitation. They're just living together without getting married. And you
Mm,
see also we also have some lifestyle of marriage in South Africa that they call it marriage out of community and marriage in community.
mm.
Do you get it? So
Yeah.
marriage in South Africa, yeah, they are so unique, but it depends on how you want to see it. depends on how you want
Mm,
to see it. And you talking about the lifestyle in that place is a good lifestyle. Is wonderful, but you know that don't allow the environment in that place to determine how you live your life.
mm. But is it true that one can hardly have good a good and successful marriage in that South African environment, because they say maybe their women can be promiscuous, they don't stick with one man, their men can be irresponsible, that to have a good marriage in that kind of an environment is usually difficult. How true is that?
Yes, you see, like I said before, is just a news that people don't really they don't really know much about it. You know, out of many story, there might be element of some thinking,
Truth.
some wrongs about it. Yeah.
Mm,
So, like before, we can say marriage is not really, but things are changing.
mm,
Things that I can really tell you, things are changing. Why? Because now most of their men have the fear of. But before we can talk about maybe the marriage is maybe is somehow in South Africa, we should look at the factors that causes all these things.
thank you.
You see, we should look at the factor that causes all these things.
Mm,
Now, out of if you want to weigh the percentage of men and women in South Africa, you see that the women they are more educated than the men. That is
hmm,
why you see that they said women are hardworking.
mm.
Well, they are hardworking because they are more educated than the men and they are more employable than the men in
So
South
why is
Africa.
it like that?
So
Why is it like that? Why is it
I
like that?
think, yeah, I think to my own little experience
Mm,
that I can say to the women in South Africa, most of them have baby at younger age, but they never allow what happened to them to restrict them from moving forward in going to school. You can
mm,
count maybe out of 10 in South Africa, eight, let's just say 8% out of 10, they already have a child in the early age. But that
mm,
doesn't stop them from going to school. But some of their men they will become irresponsible because they've already impregnated someone and they will be drop out in school, they will drop out in school and be doing all manner of things. But the women still try and forge ahead. That is the reason why they thought that South African women are more
more
hardworking
response.
than
Mm,
they are
than
more
their
responsible than the men. Yeah, than the
mm,
man in South Africa. So that just it. And you see, the reason and like I also said to the reason why the women are more responsible and the men are not more responsible is because most of those people being raised in South Africa, they are being raised by single parents.
mm,
They are being raised by single parents. Now,
mm,
a mother has a right, a child has a right.
mm,
You can't just beat a child in South Africa.
mm,
I remember I remember one scenario that happened to me. Like one of my girl when she was I think 4 years old, she came to me, she told me, Daddy, you know what? Our teacher told us that anytime you spank us, that we should call so number. And she mentioned that number correctly. That is 4 years
wow,
old child. So now, someone that is being raised by a single mother, you cannot beat your child. You're now trying to raise a man. No, now tell me, if he's not going to take the grace of God, how
God,
would that man be responsible?
that is true. You
How
are
would that man
right.
be responsible? Yeah,
Mm,
how would that man be responsible? So those are the factors that brings about this irresponsibility of some of the men. But as I told you before, things are changing now because most of them now they are beginning to have the fear of God in them. They
mm,
are being religious about God. They go
mm,
to church, so to say, and some people that go to mosque also go to mosque. So they are
mm.
changing. It's little by
Gradual.
little. I think that yeah, gradually they will get there.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, so you have been married to your beautiful wife now for close to a decade. almost 10 years. And I can see you guys have beautiful children. You know, when I saw your family picture, I was like, wow, this is lovely. So, do you think that the negative influences around your environment are impacted on your marriage in any way? Do you think there were times you were pressurized as a man, maybe to do otherwise, or to imitate or copy the lifestyle of the other men in that environment? Was there ever a time you had that pressure, or you were tempted, you know, to maybe start chasing other women? Did you experience any of such things?
Hmm. Yeah, one thing that is funny about South Africa is this. Even though as a foreigner, I'm from Nigeria, they migrate to South Africa.
Mm,
Even though you don't want to get yourself attached to ladies, ladies want
mm,
to get attached to you.
mm.
Majorly South African ladies. That I, I'm just trying to digress a little bit. I was coming to your question.
Yeah.
That you
Even
see some
though,
of our
yeah,
Nigerian,
they know you are married, they will still want to attach themselves to you.
yes,
Mm,
that why you see some of our Nigerian brothers going to South Africa. They will have a wife in Nigeria. They will soon
mm,
get married to a South African lady over there.
mm,
Now forgetting home. Now, what will I
mm,
say to that? Based on my own experience, this thing is about determination. Is self-discipline. Like for
mm,
example, I relocated to South Africa 2010. I'm married then, but there's a lot of pressure. But because I've already determined that I
mm,
have a fiancé in Nigeria, that I will we should come and join me. I will be in Nigeria to get married and I will take her along. So it's a determination. So
mm,
I determine within myself, I discipline myself. Upon all the old pressure that comes around, I say
mm,
keep to that determination. So I decided to go to Nigeria in 2012, get married, and bring my wife in.
mm.
So many people were even saying, how can you do that? This girl, this is that. No, this is about what, then I say, you shouldn't allow environment to decide for you,
For you.
for what is good.
Mm,
You shouldn't allow environment to decide for you.
mm, 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 mm,
In that environment.
mm. We are losing you. We are losing you gradually. Okay, so I think it's stable now. So you were saying that we shouldn't allow the environment to decide for us, but that we should
Yes.
have like a self-determination and self-discipline, that I'm not going to get myself involved in anything contrary to my plan or my goals for my marital life. So you didn't had situation
Yes.
whereby, you know, those ladies were trying to force you to still go out with them despite the fact that they know that you are married, or things like that.
Ah. You see, like I told you before, most of those ladies, they are even interested in married men because they believe that when you are married, that means you are responsible.
Hmm.
You see, that means you are responsible. Like me now, I work as an admin in church.
Hmm.
So and I'm also the minister. So people, we counsel people, we we get close to people, and they will be interested in you. But as I said before, it's determination. You
Hmm.
shouldn't allow the pressure. And again, one thing you should also think about,
Hmm. We
one
can
thing you
hear
should think
you.
about is about you selecting. Yeah, you should be selective about your friendship with people.
Hmm.
Like if you, many people know in many people know in South Africa. Me, I don't go to anywhere. I don't just go to a place anyhow.
Hmm.
I'm selective rather with the friend that I'm moving with. So because they
Hmm.
said I think it's in the Bible that it said, or bad company corrupts good manners. So
Manners.
when you move with bad company, automatically, then
Hmm,
your character will be corrupted.
that's true.
So the company of friend you work with also determine what will happen to you. When you move
Hmm,
with the wise, you will be wise. When you move
wise.
with the foolish, you become more foolish.
Hmm,
It. So I think that what helps me in South Africa is just be selective and be disciplined and
oh,
determination want to do.
okay. So that takes me to a question on parenting. So since you said that the children cannot be beaten or they cannot be scolded, so how are you able to train or mold your own children after maybe your own moral standard or after the godly standard that you want them to emulate, considering the fact that you cannot beat them, you cannot spank them based on the law of the country. So how have you been managing with that?
Yeah, like for me now, the way I relate with my children, and they are so close to me. People in South Africa, they know me very well that me and my children, we are just 5 and 6. We are close to each other, and that doesn't just start within a day. What I try to do from the beginning is that I try to input in them the fear of God. Like this is a secret to me. Like if some people might not like they might not like what I want to say now.
Mm,
Like I always tell them, if you tell lies, you will go to hellfire. Oh. You know the way hellfire look like. It can burn you, it can do this. So don't tell. So anytime one of them tells lie, you say, you know, David said if he tells lie, you will go to hellfire. I don't want to go to hellfire. So that one from the beginning, there has it,
the fear
which
of
is called
God.
the fear of the Lord.
Of
So
God.
you will put it into them. So
Mm,
that one alone, there is till today, it's still on their mind that when I do
mm,
what is wrong, I'm going to hellfire. So they already know what is and so and it's scary to them. So that's number one thing that I use. Number two thing that I also use is like I try to listen to them. One
mm,
thing that I learned in South Africa with children is this that I think is different from children in West Africa. Children in
mm,
South Africa, they want you to listen to them.
mm,
When they have, for example, when you say, you do this, I'll beat you, let me have a chance. Let me also, they want to tell you the side of their own story.
mm,
No matter how you are shouting on them. So you now shouting on them make them to be inferior, even though if what they did is right or wrong, they won't be able to tell you. So for me now, for my children, now anything they can tell me anything. And
mm,
what also, or the other thing that I did also is that I try to move close to them. For example, I work I work in the church. My wife owns a salon. People work under my wife in the salon, and we have all manner
mm,
of people that comes there with their children. Some of their children they are not well behaved. So
mm,
what I normally do is this: immediately I try to fit my break time to when they are closing in their own school.
mm,
Every day I pick my children from the school by myself. I pick them, I drop them to where I'm working for like 1 or 2 hours. I will play a cartoon for them. They will watch a Christian cartoon. After maybe within 4 or 5, I will try and take them to their mother's shop, look at from there, maybe play with their mother 1 hour. Now also try and bring them back to myself,
mm,
do their own work. 5, 6 p.m. I will take them home. So that's how, and I don't always allow them to mingle with people in my environment in that
mm,
place. Now come to that one is from Monday to Friday, right?
mhm.
Saturday, you can ask anyone in South Africa that knows me. Saturday, anywhere I'm going, you will see my children in my car. You will see them. You will see them
What of your
anywhere I'm
wife?
going. You,
You also go with your
my wife will
wife.
like, well, I know, but the shoe should be at the shop because Saturday is most of the time they always
Yeah.
have a lot of customer.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, she's always at the shop. So
Yeah.
me and my children on Saturday, anywhere I'm going. So now tell me how one lady will not say want to attach myself to me inside my car. And my
Yeah.
children, they talk a lot. You can't hide anything from them.
This one. We'll tell mommy when we go. Okay, thank you for okay,
Yeah.
thank you for that. So I'd like to ask that, okay, so what's the secret to your marital bliss? Because I can see that you and your wife seem to be very close and you both of you seem to be friends. So what would you say is the secret to your marital bliss between you and herself?
Yeah. Like this one thing I will that is paramount with me and my wife, my lovely wife. My wife. What I think what I this is not to be like a secret because there's a secret I don't want to reveal to her that is like a secret to me. That anytime we would the truth that we do have an argument. That is the truth that no family if anybody tells you that every marriage they don't have a me I understand between argument and quarreling with each other. Argument
Mm,
is different from quarreling with each other. When you
mm,
argue, if for you to get understanding of guys, it's just like a disagreement, then to now reach an agreement. Now,
mm,
back to your question, understanding,
mm,
and most importantly, is forgiveness.
mm,
Is it? I over any marriage that you see today
mm,
that you admire them is because most of the marriages they overlook a lot of things. They
mm,
overlook a lot of things. We all have error. We have
mm,
errors. We are not perfect. No human being is perfect. But
mm,
when a couple have understanding of each other and they have a heart to forgive,
mm,
you know that your man cannot do this. Even though if you do it, I can forgive. Like my wife, he knows me now. Even though if I'm not at home, maybe I was busy at my workplace and I'm still out around 7 p.m. I'm not home yet. She knows where I am. She
mm,
knows that I know nobody can do. And also likewise to her, also maybe she has a client that or that she's trying to make her hair and is running late. I know where she is. So is
mm.
on number one is understanding,
Transparency,
communication,
yeah,
yes,
communication,
transparency,
openness.
communication, and patience and forgiveness. That one is even that one they can't even joke with it. It's forgiveness.
Forgiveness is
You
key.
forgive, yeah, you forgive. You must forgive before she even commits any error. Before we are
Fine.
you can
Yeah.
when you forgive by head. So when she now makes a little mistake, I've already forgiven you. Yeah, like that. So it's just understanding because we know the environment that we have. Our environment is so wonderful. It's so wonderful. It's so wonderful. And you see, like if you go through some research, you see that out of 10 marriages in South Africa, like like four before they even got to their 10 years anniversary, they already divorced.
Mm,
There's a lot of divorce in South Africa. And may I
mm,
see to it that what really causes it is both male and female is 50-50. They
mm,
believe that she has a right. He also believes that I have my own right. So it's 50. And there's always what they call men ego. You say, I'm still the man of this house. You see, I'm still the man of this house. So, but but as I said before, things are changing. Things are changing because they begin to realize that at least men still have a little bit edge in the family. It's still the edge. But no matter that you are the edge, you mustn't take that edge for granted and be making your wife as a slave. No, it's just your helpmate is a
mm.
helpmate. So heirship doesn't mean that you are above everything. So
That
everybody
you
must
are
organize their own product. Eh?
questionable. I said airship does not mean you are not questionable. You should not be
You are not
accountable.
exactly that. Yes. It does, I think a leader must be accountable. A leader must be approachable. That you are the head. You must be accountable for anything that you do. So you can't just say, yeah, even before you take any decision, you need to carry her along. That you are the end that
Okay.
like, no, this no, you must carry her along. Then what do you see to this? Then as the head, then you now have the final say. So that's where understanding comes in. So
Mm,
understanding, patience,
mm,
communication,
mm,
paramount, forgiveness is what
mm.
is helping us till today. And I still believe it's going to help us till we get old.
Okay, thank you so much for that. So I think one more
Mm.
question or two more. You said something about the reason why some of the marriages don't last up to 10 years is because the man is claiming 50% right and the wife too is claiming 50% right. So in a way, they are trying to claim, oh, equality. We are equal, I'm equal, you are equal. I have my own right, you have your own right, so you cannot boss me around. Now, now we understand that the men are the head, but what do you think about this equality thing? Because up till now some people don't understand it, and the honest truth is the fact that, like you said, that the fact that you are the head does not mean you are not approachable, you are not accountable, you know that you can just do things anyhow. Because I've seen many cases too in Nigeria whereby the man will say, after all, I'm the man, so because I'm the man, I can marry as many women that I want. They will have a wife at home, and at the same time, you see them, carrying girls all around, and they will not want you to question them. So, would you say that is proper? And will men just behave anyhow, do things that will annoy their wife, and they still expect the woman to, to be quiet and, still respect them and say, oh, okay, let's keep taking it. They do things that you can't imagine. You can imagine a husband calling a girlfriend over the phone, and ex, and saying, oh, hello, sweetheart, hello, honey, and he's saying all of that in the presence of the wife. So, sir, tell us, is that a good thing?
No. That one is capital no.
Oh,
And let me so let's look at the factors that may warrant that kind of situation.
mm,
Number one, you see, every marriage has foundation. Let me give myself as an example now.
mm,
I told my wife in our own religion, I told her, I said, if you do this, will God be happy about it?
mm,
If I do this, will God be happy about it? So we made God the foundation of our marriage. So now I told her
mm,
anything that I want to make use of religion now. I say anything that Christ, that Christ will not like you to do.
mm,
Anything that I know that is, even though if Christ sees it, I know, daughter, you have missed it. Don't do it. So your foundation of every marriage matters most. So like that when I was answering one lady like that, and I tried to draw a triangle. When you want to draw a triangle, you first of all draw a parallel line, then
mhm.
the other
So,
line will goes up like this. See that parallel line is AB, then
mm,
the C at the top. So AB, the A is the man, the B is the woman. So when you have problem,
mm,
you go to the top
mm,
to meet God there. So now, what I did, for example, now, like you said, like a man that is calling his girlfriend on the phone and telling her, sweetheart, you ask, it's better you ask yourself, what I'm doing, is it right? A man that is normal cannot do that. And people that, and again, you see, one thing that people are missing in marriage is this: your husband, you must, as a wife, this is another secret that I learned. This is another secret that I learned, that as a wife, you must know who your husband is answerable to. As a man also, you must know who your wife is answerable to. Like for example now, if I did something that is wrong, my wife know who to call, not my mother, not my late father, not my brother, but he know who to call. You
mm,
know what, boy, you know what, this. And that if person called me, I can't say no. I also know who to call for her also.
mm,
So, as in a family, you must have someone that you see as a mentor, you see as a father, you see as a mother, not
mm,
your own biological, not your own biological mother or father, because all those ones they
mhm.
will always side you.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
will always side you.
that's true.
They will always
Like,
side you. But someone you can
yeah,
call, you see, because it's your own daughter or it's your own son. You say, I know this.
question. Yeah, so the last question,
You said, okay.
do you think the role of a man is very vital to the success of a marriage? Do you think the role of a man is very vital to the success of a marriage? Because if you have an irresponsible man or an irresponsible husband in a marriage, the likelihood that the marriage will succeed is, is near zero. And if you also have an irresponsible woman in a marriage, the likelihood that it's going to succeed is low. But people usually say that, oh, the man being the head, the success of the marriage largely depends on him. While some people believe that, oh, the success of a marriage largely depend on the woman. Now, what do you think? Do you think it largely depends on the man, on the woman, or on both of them making it work? That's the last question.
Okay. The truth is this: the success of every marriage depends on both party. It depends on both party.
Good.
They must see marriage is work. Is what you need to work. You need to work it out.
Yeah.
You can't just work it out. You say like the scripture say faith without work is dead. You can't just be faithing it that my marriage is good, my marriage is good, my marriage is good. You are irresponsible and you say my marriage is good. You need to work it out. So for a successful marriage for a successful marriage is for the both party to work it out. Because I can't imagine as a man raising your child alone, as a woman raising your child alone. It won't be really nice. But that I said is for the both party to always realize that
Mm.
this thing we must make it work out
Work
for the
out
benefit of the future of our child.
for our
And as
children.
I said, if it's understanding and patience and forgiveness is just one of the key that we need to
Mm.
look into for it.
Oh, thank you so much. You have really done justice to all the questions. In fact, you have said a lot. It's like we should keep going, but time, will not allow
Yeah.
us. So maybe you should just give us, like, on the last note, what is your advice to couples out there, maybe in 1 or 2 minutes?
Yeah. Like my advice, my just simple advice to couple out there is that let us see marriage as a work. A work. Marriage is needed to be worked out. Don't
Like your
ever think
career.
that you cannot. He said, yeah,
I said,
okay.
like your,
You should make it like a
yeah.
career that you must be successful in it.
Mm.
You see, marriage is just thing that is good when you marry someone that that you love, that focus on your future, and is a good thing. You enjoy it. When you get married to the right person, you will enjoy it. So we should see marriage as things that we need to work it out, not just to be faithing it that it will work. You go to church, you now so many people will be reading 10 things to make marriage work, and they won't be doing it. They will be faithing it. You
They
is
will
a
be doing
practical.
the
You must
opposite.
make
They will be
opposite
doing
of
the
what they are reading. So they must
opposite
work
to
it
work.
out. And as I've said before, communication and understanding both parties with forgiveness
Mm.
will make it work out. Let's
Thank
just
you,
see it
thank
in that
you,
way.
thank you so much.
Before the person commits the error, forgive. That is just it.
Uh, Thank you so much. We are so happy to have you today. Thank you for coming, for accepting our invitation. My regards to your beautiful wife and your lovely
You're
kids.
welcome.
Thank you so much. Really do appreciate you for coming. God bless you. Yeah. So we have come to the end of today's program. I hope you have learned a lot. Please let's put into practice those things that he has shared with us, as he told us some truths there. Please let's watch the video again and again, and do share it with others so that they can learn. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also like this video if it has really impacted on you. I remain your host, Malaya, and hope to till we meet again. So, bye.